I show up every day on time. I get the job done effectively.
It's 7 a.m. Jack Camp is prepping his box truck for a day full of pickups and deliveries.
I love to drive, so now I'm actually getting paid to drive.
Getting behind the wheel of a truck was never a part of Jack's childhood dream. But for this 40-year-old, now free from the cycle to nowhere, each day provides quiet reassurance of a new life unfolding.
I'm motivated by the struggles I've been through. I grew up, already had it rough as a young child, dealing with parents with drug addictions.
Jack's father was killed when he was just 13, his mother in and out of rehab.
He would travel miles on a bicycle just to give his mama a hug and some hope, as I went through treatment.
But shuttling in and out of schools eventually took its toll. Jack dropped out his junior year.
And so for many years, I felt the pain of not allowing him to be great. And so I always felt that I shortened that greatness with my struggle.
The Illinois River Correctional Facility was just one of the prisons that became Jack's home. Caught up in street life and crime, he served real time for armed robbery.
I basically grew up in prison. I was incarcerated for a long time. So I had got locked up when I was 19 and got out when I was 28. It definitely gives you a lot of time to reflect and think about life and the choices you made, and the better choices that you need to make.
Still, life on the outside wasn't easy. Good jobs were hard to come by.
There's light on the other side. There's light on the other side of the storm.
Exactly. That's true. Yeah.
Jack returned to live with his mother, who had found her way to years of sobriety. Now it was his turn for change. One of Jack's friends told him about a program at Illinois Central where he could enroll in a workforce readiness class and then earn his commercial driver's license. Tuition was free, and he would get a $15 an hour stipend.
It felt like I was finna change and do something to better myself, and they was welcoming. It was great people there.
When you can, go ahead and get into your left-hand lane.
It was very insightful. It gave me a lot of keys on life and things that I know that I could take with me for the rest of my life.
He would tell me the things that he was doing. God, I always knew that he could. I always knew that, and I believed in my heart that he would. I could never go back and change what happened. I could never make that different. But when I got sober, I was headed about being all different, being what I know God had designed me to be.
At the time, neither Jack nor his mother fully understood that someone else's dream to change the narrative on poverty, education, and economics in Peoria would open the door to new opportunities for Jack and others at 14 community colleges in Illinois.
There is something special about what we have been able to create right here in Peoria.
It's called WEI, the Workforce Equity Initiative. Illinois State Representative Jahan Gordon Booth came up with the idea to build a pipeline of employees for industry by creating streamlined access to trade certifications and high-paying jobs. New careers targeted towards Peoria's most economically challenged population.
We had some of the worst data in the country, specific to housing, education, the criminal justice system. A year later, Wall Street named Peoria, Illinois, as the worst place in the country for African Americans to live in.
Armed with that sobering data, Gordon Booth turned to a new leader at Illinois Central to help build the academic roadmap.
So we talked about a program that's tied to our local region's data. So if 70% of our community of poverty is African American, then the program should serve 70% African American.
All right, go ahead and put it in second gear. Let's go.
The program starts with free tuition, but that alone is not enough. Individuals living in poverty can't afford to stop working to pursue a credential, so the program would need to provide support for wraparound services.
Childcare, transportation, all the things that could get in the way from someone completing a credential that actually earns them a family-sustaining wage.
Credentials in less than a year, leading to jobs in transportation, computer technology, and more.
This isn't a matter of intelligence. This isn't a matter of ability. This is a matter of designing a program so people can focus on this without having to worry about if their children are going to eat or if they're going to be evicted from their apartment, right? You put those together and it's amazing how people can thrive.
The annual salary for professional drivers, for example, starts at $60,000 a year at a cost of just $3,500 per student. Supporters say it's an investment well spent.
And you think for $3,500, you could get 70% to a job where they are independent in a year. What state, what political party wouldn't think that's an investment? We'd do that every day of the week. Why wouldn't you do that?
This is about being willing to lift up our humanity, but this is also about being smart about where we are investing our resources. Because make no mistake about it, we're gonna pay one way or another. Identify those folks who are willing to work hard, who are willing to put forth that extra bit of effort to get through that credentialed program, to then be able to get out there and make a whole new life for themselves.
Workers like Jack Camp.
He comes in with a good attitude and he does his job, and we don't have any problems, and full trust and confidence in him.
Jack has his CDL and options like whether to drive shorter routes or long hauls.
I finally get to see what I knew that he was capable of years ago come alive. I'm so grateful for that program. Now he knows what it's like to live. He knows what it's like to be employed, to be a productive member of society.
It definitely changed me. It definitely helped change my life. It gave me a different perspective.
One he takes in full view every morning.
Driving give me a peace of mind, so for me to be able to do it and try to have a career at it, it's a beautiful thing. I enjoy the freedom of it.